There is a trend among ladies which has been termed Instagram face, and this has been, as they say, inspired by like new beauty aesthetic and a wave of cheap non-surgical interventions, some riskier than others. Now, these are a series of things. There are surgeries that are contributing to this phenomenon, but many of them are injections to cheek fillers, lip fillers. There's buccal fat removal, which is the bit in your cheeks, the fat in your cheeks they suck out. And there are also like what's the poison they put into your skin to make your wrinkles go away, which I'm sure has no long lasting effects or anything like that. Botox. There are a series of these very bizarre, frankly, beauty treatments, quote unquote, and I'm frankly not impressed by them. But the thing is, you see them everywhere. You may remember Katy Perry and the rest of these ladies going into space recently, and they've all got the same face. Their faces all look weird, right? Like one thing you notice is with the lip fillers and the Botox is the smiles don't look natural. Right? A smile doesn't look natural if you're not getting crinkles at the eyes, right? You get the crow's feet at the eyes. This is normal, and yet this woman is smiling, and there's absolutely no movement around here. I don't know if I can zoom in any closer. Same with the other ones where it's like Katy Perry at the back there herself. Let me see if I can just zoom in a bit more, just so you get it more clear. Right, her skin is unnaturally smooth, but again, no creases at the eyes, but also unnatural sort of cheekbone indents. Like this woman here, it doesn't look normal, right? It looks weird, and it looks like, I don't know, just I don't know how to describe it without. I'm not trying to be mean, but it doesn't look good. And somehow women have psyoped themselves into thinking this is attractive. And it's like maybe they're looking at each individual part in isolation and saying, right, I've got no wrinkles on my cheek. I've got extra defined cheekbones. Therefore, this is an attractive feature. Therefore, these features combined make an attractive face. But I'm telling you, right, as a man, this is not attractive at all. And just a normal looking woman, I mean, this woman clearly hasn't had it done. I would choose her over her, right? I would choose, like, she doesn't look like she's had anything done. I would choose her over any of them. Like, the vanity is one aspect of it, but it's also just on a genuine sort of human level, it looks weird. It looks artificial. Frankly, it gives me uncanny valley vibes. And I'm just like, right. So aside from the, okay, here's a person who's not comfortable in their skin, not comfortable with aging normally like a normal person, and therefore is worried excessively, this looks strange. Now, there are things that women can do that don't look strange, right? I can understand if a woman gets breast implants to make, make them a bit bigger or make them perkier or whatever. I can understand like men getting hair implants because you've lost all your hair or something like this. Like, I'm not saying there's no valid use for cosmetic surgery. What I'm saying is this particular set of cosmetic surgeries that almost all of these women who are sort of a certain age bracket start to get, it makes you look weird. Like something on your jaw as well, some sort of jaw shaving or something. I don't know exactly what they are, but it's a collection of things that is not making you look younger. What it's making you look is like you were made of plastic, and I just don't think that's attractive. And of course, this gets really extreme, right? Now, just saying, as a man, like she looks like a Bo Selector character. Like, it's hard to believe this is a real person, but apparently her name is Anastasia Pokresh, a 33-year-old model from Kiev, right? And it's like, okay, man, like, I mean, what do I have to say? Like, do you? This is clearly not about the male gaze, right? This is clearly a product of the female gaze, and to accentuate cheekbones and the under slice bit and then the jaw, this is crazy. This looks inhuman to have done to someone. And yet she's like, oh, I need to get my cheeks bigger. It's like, look, bro, I mean, you were a perfectly attractive lady before any of this happened. And if you ask any man, would you prefer the woman on the left or the woman on the right just aged up 10 years or whatever? Because this was she began having them when she was 26. Let's assume that she was 26 here. So aged up 10 years with a few crow's feet and maybe, you know, slightly darker, deeper lines around the mouth. I'd choose the one on the right, aged 10 years every time. Like, my God. And it's the same with these women, though. It's like, yeah, okay, they haven't had this done to the same extreme, but the unnatural likeness of the cheeks and the kind of vacancy in the expression, like there's not a single wrinkle. I've got wrinkles on my forehead. I'm 45, right? You know, I'm probably about the same sort of age as these women. It's okay to have a few wrinkles on your forehead. It means you can express, you can emote. But like Katy Perry trying to smile looks kind of like an alien trying to smile. They've just what's the film where the bug alien it takes the human skin and can't make the impression? Men in Black, right? It's like they've had their ability to have facial expressions stripped away from them through these surgeries, and so it looks unconvincing. And so when they're smiling, like the woman in the bottom left, like I don't really feel that they're smiling at me. And actually, I feel that there's something a bit weird and sinister going on because the proper human expression just isn't there because these women's vanity have overridden the common sense. And like I say, you get to some just insane, absolutely insane measures, and you realize this isn't about men at all. And I just want to make it clear, men are not into this. Right? This is not something that makes you look attractive to men. This is something that women are judging one another on Instagram using various filters and stuff, and then they start getting to like the late 30s, early 40s, and they're like, right, well, I'm gonna have to have all these like Botoxes so my expression disappears, so many wrinkles on my face disappear. I can't look like a normal human being. And once you're on the train, I think you just like, okay, well, I'll just get this thing that's not very invasive. I'll get the buccal fat sucked out. Screw it. What's the harm? And it's like, okay, but you end up looking weird and, again, not attractive. And I found this going around from Reddit. And I actually really sympathize with this guy. My wife hasn't had this done, so it's not a problem I have. But, like, I would hate it if my wife ended up getting any of these surgeries, right? I would despise it. And I would not want her to do it. I would rather my wife be this woman on the right 10 years on than the woman on the left or any of these women as well. Like, these surgeries do not make women look good. And I feel that men should be essentially speaking up about this bit because otherwise you'll end up like this guy, right? So he says, my wife had plastic surgery recently. We discussed it and I was against it. It was not my decision and ultimately I had no say. Well, the thing is, and this is the real issue, then it's not being done for you, right? Like, your wife is doing it for her own vanity. She's not doing it because she's like, oh, I don't look attractive for my husband. It's not what he was thinking. And for some reason, when he's like, look, darling, I think you look great the way you are. I'm happy with you as you are. Please don't change. She's like, no, I have to now. It's like, right, this is going to be this is going to be the product of social media, her looking at her face in selfies and things like that, and then comparing herself to other women who have had these things done and saying, I want that too, right? And he carries on. She looks weird now. She had the fat sucked out of her face, lip fillers, a neck lift, and other stuff I don't really get. Right. So she had the same stuff as these women. And again, like, I'm really not trying to be mean, right? But I look, this woman in particular, you can tell she's had something done to her eyes, she has something done to her cheeks, she has something done to her lips, she's had something done to her chin, and she's had something done to her forehead, and now she doesn't look like a real person. This looks like a doll or something, or someone wearing a mask or something. Right? Same with this woman down here, same with Katy Perry up here. They don't look like real people, and so they're not really very pleasant to look at all. And again, I'm really not trying to be mean, but it's just like, this is gross. And if you're asking me as a man, am I attracted to this? No. Like, I'm really not attracted to this. And this really resonated with me here, right? She gives me Uncanny Valley vibes now. It freaks me out. She's fully healed, and she wants us to go back to normal, like me initiating sex. I've done so, but not as much as I used to. When I do try, I make sure there's very little light. Imagine being like, look, I just can't bear to look at my wife's face because she had a bunch of surgeries that make her not really look like a human anymore. Like, that is awful. And it hasn't improved anything, right? Again, I'm really not trying to be mean, but if you're a young woman thinking, oh, I'm going to prejuvenate my face by getting most of this stuff done, just don't. It's like Starlight from The Boys, right? Like the weird skeletal face. When before she was just a very cute looking girl next door, and like every guy thought she was adorable. And now it's just like, God, why would you do that? He carries on. It's been a few months, and I kind of dread having to look at her. Dread having to look at your wife. Obviously, she has noticed. She's been bugging me to tell her what's up. I've tried telling her that I'm just tired from work or that I'm run down, really anything except for the truth. She broke down and asked me if I was having an affair. I said that I wasn't. She asked to look at my phone, so I unlocked it and just handed it over. I wasn't worried about her finding anything because there's nothing to find. She spent an hour looking through it and found nothing. She asked me to explain why I changed. I tried explaining that I just wasn't that interested right now. Nothing I said was good enough for her because, of course, this is all avoiding the issue. This is all the consequence of decisions that she made against his will, and it's ruining their relationship. It's ruining their marriage. Her vanity is ruining their marriage. Her taking bad advice from other women who have made similar mistakes is ruining their marriage. She kept digging. I finally told the truth. I wasn't harsh or brutally honest. I just told her that her new face wasn't something I found attractive and that I was turned off. She asked if that's why I turn off all the lights now. I said yes. She started crying and said that she needed time alone, so she went to stay with her sister. You made an executive decision against the will of your husband to turn your face into something that wasn't natural. And if you make your face into something that's not natural, not the thing that your husband fell in love with, and accepts the aging process because he's just a normal human being, well, what do you think's going to happen? I've been called every name in the book since this happened. My sister said I'm a piece of ass for insulting my wife's looks. All her friends think I'm an asshole. I tried not to say anything. I can't force myself to find her attractive. I still love her, but her face is just weird now. She looks like the blue alien from The Fifth Element. Again, it didn't have to be done, right? Like this sort of doesn't have to be done, and you could choose not to do this, and yet you choose to do this, and you can't be upset when men are like, okay, I'm not attracted to that. I'd be more attracted to a normal, natural woman who is just looking her age at like 40 or whatever, rather than someone who had all of this weird stuff done. Like, it doesn't look normal. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't look attractive. It doesn't look healthy. It looks like something that is kind of uncanny valley. And I like I said, I totally see what this guy's saying. I wouldn't want anything like this done for my wife or anything like that. I'd rather her just get old normally and just be normal. So at least when I look at her, it doesn't make me think, oh, that's weird, right? This weird thing is not necessarily rationally explainable, but trust me, ladies, it's definitely there. Think twice before you do this stuff. That's all I'm saying. Just think, is this me just looking at Instagram too much and looking at other women too much who have done all the stuff? Don't end up like Katie Price. You know what I mean? Like, don't end up like that because it's not attractive. And in fact, this morning, a picture of Katie Price came up on my Facebook timeline in a bikini. And I was just like, okay, day ruined. And yet, the headline that went with it was, she's going to get more bum implants because she's not happy with her bum. It's like, oh God, this is the wrong road to go down, right? It's the wrong road to go down. There is no shortcut to health or beauty or anything like that. This doesn't work, and it will just make the men in your life not want to be around it. Just don't do it.